Hello there, my name is Tamu. I'm here at the University of Victoria guiding you through a 30-minute Vinyasa flow for healthy hips. I'm glad to have you here. Let's get to it. So first of all, we're going to start down on the ground, just in Cobbler's pose, bringing the soles of the feet together. You can grab onto the toes with your palms, interlacing the fingertips. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in and exhale, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Try to feel gravity starting to do the work for you, opening the hips here. If you're up here, maybe you want to lift your hips up on a little block or something so that the knees can lengthen down. As you can see, my knees don't touch the floor yet, even though I've been doing yoga for quite some time. So just be where you're at today. Inhale in. And ground down into the sits bones on your exhale. Maybe you close the eyes. Maybe you just come into the moment. Arrive here on the mat. You've chosen to do this video and to make this time for yourself. So really arrive here and take advantage of it. Breathing deep. Starting to listen to the sound of your breath, arriving in this moment. Then we'll flutter the eyelashes open. Inhale in. Exhale, we'll open the elbows wide and allow ourselves to fold forward. So you're really hinging at the hips here. You're not folding at the waist. You're not rounding the back. You're wanting to keep the crown nice and long, the back nice and flat. Reaching the chest forward, opening through the hips here. You got this. Maybe you tuck your chin just a little bit so that there's length in the back of the neck. Breathing nice and deep. Allowing the hips to start opening. Giving some space. One more breath here. Exhale out. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll rise up, swim the fingertips around behind us. It doesn't matter if the fingertips are pointed in or out. Just be comfortable. Allow the knees to close. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat, and then nothing fancy. We're just going to let the knees drop to the left. Nice internal rotation for the right leg here, external rotation for the left. Inhale in here, keep the toes active. Exhale out. Then we're going to inhale, come back through center, and take it to the other side. Knees drop to the right. Keep the toes active. Internal rotation for the left thigh here, external rotation for the right. Breathing nice and deep. Then just go back and forth a couple times in your own time, just sort of lubricating that joint, opening up. And then when you've had enough, we'll come forward onto all fours, finding a tabletop position. Wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Feet are parallel, shooting out towards the back edge of your mat. Hug navel to spine. Shoot that crown forward, tailbone back. Dome through the upper back body. Then nothing fancy here. We're just going to begin to make a figure 8 with the hips. So you're just finding some movement back and forth. Maybe you take a nice twist here, look past your left or right shoulder, really opening up through the side hip there, the IT band. Just finding some organic movement here. Perhaps you come forward into an up dog or a cobra, or send it back to a child's pose. Work it out here. Start to lengthen through the hips. You're in your own home, in your own safety, and there's nobody watching you. So really just, allow yourself to find the movement that feels good and feels right and opens up those hips. Wonderful. Maybe moan and groan. Then you come back to center. find your tabletop position, walk the palms out a couple of inches, curl the toes under, and send the hips up high and back. Find a downward facing dog. Right away, begin to pedal it out here, bending one leg and then the other, lengthening through the side body, melting the heart back towards the thighs, really clawing into the fingertips to take pressure out of the wrists. Breathing nice and deep. Wonderful. Take one more breath here, finding that organic movement in your own time. Then we'll find stillness. Take a deep breath in. A long exhale out. Then we'll bend the knees generously. Inhale to look forward. And exhale, we're going to take baby steps all the way to the top of the mat. Really roll through the fascia of the feet. Take your time. Eventually we'll land in a forward fold. Feet hip width distance apart. Maybe you clasp opposite elbows. Maybe you bend the knees generously and allow for a release in the lower back body. Maybe you walk the fingertips from one side of the mat to the other. Just finding your forward fold here, coming into the moment, coming into your practice, feeling throughout all parts of your body. Then when you've had enough, when you feel satisfied, we'll bring fingertips back to the mat, bend the knees generously, drop the hips, and slowly roll it up to mountain. Rolling up through the staircase of the spine, standing up nice and tall, lengthen down through the tailbone, lift from the sternum, open the palms to face forward so that the shoulders roll away from the ears. Inhale in here. Exhale, relax those shoulder blades down the back body. Beautiful. Inhale in, reach the fingertips down to come up, reach them up towards the heavens. And exhale, bring those palms together at the heart. Standing up nice and tall. We'll bring the feet together, really together, so that the big toes are touching, maybe a little space between the heels. We're going to challenge our balance a little bit here and work on strengthening the hips as well as opening them up. So we're going to transfer our weight first to our left foot. So just begin with that. Really work on lifting up out of this left hip so you're not crashing into it. We're not at a dance party here. We're lifting up out of that left hip and beginning to lift the right heel. Maybe you start to lift that right knee, starting to build strength here, also working on balance, so find a focal point out in front of you. So maybe you play here, or maybe you interlace the fingertips and grab onto that knee, hugging it up into the chest. So you're lifting up out of the left hip, you're providing some lubrication to the right hip. You can either stay here, or you can open it out to the side, playing with that a little bit, rotate it around, playing with your balance. One more breath here. And exhale, we'll gently and kindly set that right foot down. Find your mountain pose once again. Stand up nice and tall. Bring palms together at the heart. Then we're slowly going to shift our weight to the right foot. Once again, we're lifting up out of that right hip. We're beginning to lift the left heel, maybe lifting that left knee, lifting sternum to thumbs, finding places to lift and places to lengthen. Maybe you bring that left knee up towards the chest, really working on strength here. Perhaps you interlace the fingertips and catch that left knee. Hug it up into the chest. You can open it out to the side if you like. Challenging your balance, strengthening the right hip here. One more breath here. And exhale, gently set it down. Beautiful. Palms together at the heart. We take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Then with soft knees, fingertips go down to come up. We reach towards the heavens, really reach, reach, reach. And exhale, slice it down the midline. Come all the way down into a forward fold. Beautiful. Stretch it out through the backs of the legs. Find your forward fold. And then on an inhale, we'll halfway lift, sliding the palms all the way to the tops of the thighs, hugging the elbows into the side body, lengthening the crown towards the top edge of the mat and the tail towards the back edge of the mat. Inhale in here. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring the palms to the mat or the fingertips to the mat and step the left toes back, just the left toes. Find a low lunge here. You can lower the back knee if you'd like to. We're just opening up through the left hip here, stretching through the right hamstring. Right knee is over right ankle. So be meticulous with your placement there. If you need to walk the foot forward a little bit, then do so. Sternum is lifted and shining forward. We're inhaling in here and exhale out. Beautiful. Then if you've lowered the back knee, go ahead and lift it. Allow it to come in just a little bit. We're going to come into a high lunge. So you're going to ground down through the right foot and inhale, reach those fingertips up towards the heavens. You got this. Bend the back knee a little bit so that the hips can square forward. Before you straighten again, pull back with that right hip crease. Inhale, reach. Exhale, rain the fingertips down so that they come to your hips. Hands to hips here. Wonderful. You may want to walk that back foot in just a little bit. Really find your grounding here. You got this. We're going to inhale in. Exhale, touch the left knee down to the earth. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, touch it down. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, touch it down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, touch it down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, touch it down. Inhale, rise up. Beautiful. Reach the fingertips up towards the heavens. You got this. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we're going to go ahead and straighten through that right leg. You got this. Drop the left heel. So now we're in a pyramid variation, standing up nice and tall. We're going to pull back with that right hip crease, really bumping the hips towards the back edge of the mat. Hands still are at the heart, and we begin to come forward to a flat back position. You can keep hands at the heart here, or you can reach down and bring them to the mat, bring them to your shin. And breathing deep. You got this. Now you can stay here, working hard here, strengthening the hips, or you can bring the right palm down and reach the left fingertips up towards the sky, rotating the hips open, pulling back with that left shoulder, finding Trikonasana or triangle pose. Pull back with that right hip crease, working hard here. Inhale in, exhale, float the fingertips down. You got this. Bend through the right knee. Pivot on that back foot. Frame the right foot with your palms. Step the right toes back. Find a plank pose. Inhale in here. Dome through the upper back body. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Come on to the tops of the feet. Slide the palms in line with the rib cage. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Exhale to fold. Curl the toes under, push up to all fours or to plank, and then send the hips up high and back, downward facing dog. You got this. We're going to drop the right heel and inhale, lift the left leg high. Really lift from that left inner thigh, press through both palms evenly. Inhale in here. Exhale, bend that left knee, bring it all the way up and through, knee to nose. And then we're going to step that left foot up between the palms. Once again, we're finding a low lunge. You can keep the back knee lifted, or you can lower it down. Just giving a nice stretch here. Now to the right hip crease. Stretching out through the left hamstring, left knee over left ankle. Be meticulous with your placement. Then we're going to inhale and lift that back knee if you lowered it. Step those toes in just a bit. Find your foundation. Lots of space between the feet. And then we'll inhale, rise up. Reach those fingertips up towards the heavens. Find your high lunge. Bend the back knee once again. Square the hips. Pull back with that left hip crease. Really sink into your foundation. You got this. Inhale, fingertips up towards the heavens. Exhale, rain them down. Palms come to the hips. Beautiful. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. Inhale in. Exhale, touch the right knee to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower. 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 Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Last one. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up. Hallelujah. Reach the fingertips up towards the heavens. Straighten that left leg. Lower the right heel. Coming into our pyramid variation. Go ahead and bring palms together at the heart. Adjust your feet. Maybe you need to walk that back foot in just a little bit. Then we're going to bump the hips back, really pulling back with that left hip crease this time, and begin to bow forward. Coming into our pyramid variation. Spine is nice and long. Nice long line from crown to tail. We're really pulling back with that left hip crease. You can bring fingertips to the mat or to your shin. And you can go ahead and stay here if this is enough. Or you can bring the left fingertips down to the inside of the left shin or left ankle and reach the right fingertips up towards the heavens. Pull back with that right shoulder. Neck is nice and long. Pulling back with that left hip crease. Breathing deep. Keep strength in all four sides of the torso. Try not to crash into those left fingertips. Inhale in. Exhale, we'll lower the right fingertips down, bend through the left knee, step back with the right toes, frame the left foot, step the left toes back, find a plank pose. Inhale in here. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Come on to the tops of the feet. Slide the palms in line with the rib cage. Inhale, rise up. Cobra. Exhale, forehead kisses the mat. Curl the toes under. Push up to all fours or to a plank. And then send those hips up high and back to a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pedal it out here. Take a deep breath. You got this. Inhale in. Exhale out. Then we're going to bend the knees generously. Belly comes to the tops of the thighs. We inhale, look forward. Now you can take baby steps again, walking or strolling to the top of the mat, or you can try to hop, float. Do-si-do, find your way to the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. Maybe you adjust your shirt. Then inhale for a halfway lift. Perhaps palms come to the shins this time. Nice long line from crown to tail. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Spread the fingertips wide to come up. Reach towards the heavens. Really reach, reach, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Find your mountain pose. Stand up nice and tall. Ground down through all four corners of the feet. Lift from the sternum. Lengthen down through the tailbone. Inhale in. Exhale out. You got this. Soft knees. Fingertips go down to come up. We reach towards the heavens. And we exhale to slice it down the midline. Find our forward fold. Once again, find a halfway lift. Your version. And exhale to fold. Then once again, we're going to bring fingertips to the mat and step the left toes back, just the left toes. This time we're all going to lower that left knee. Come onto the top of the back foot. Heart shines forward. We find our low lunge. Try not to crash into the joints here. Hug everything into the midline. Keep integrity in the muscles. Everything's working here. Then we're going to slowly walk that right foot out towards the right edge of the mat. Swim the right fingertips around to meet the left and find a lizard pose variation here. So you can stay up on the palms like this, breathing nice and deep, stretching through the hamstrings, opening through this left hip, or you can lower down and find a low lizard. Take a couple breaths here. Nice long, deep breaths. Beautiful. When you're satisfied, we'll rise back up. Heart shines forward. We walk this right foot back into the midline. And then nothing fancy. We're going to pull back with this right hip crease. Stretch the toes up towards the heavens. Inhale to look forward. Keep that knee bent as much as it needs to before you float the forehead down towards the knee. Trying to keep the left hip stacked over the left knee. Breathing nice and deep here. One more breath. Then inhale to come forward, rolling through that front foot. We curl the back toes under, we lift the back knee, we plant the palms and step the left toes back. Plank pose. Inhale in here, exhale to your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Same thing on the other side. So we're going to drop the right heel this time and inhale, lift the left leg high. Really square the hips, lift from that left inner thigh, press into the palms evenly. And then exhale, we're going to swing that knee all the way up and through, knee to nose. Lower the back knee if you'd like to. Step the left toes up between the palms. So everyone's going to lower the back knee once we've found our low lunge. We're going to come on to the top of that right foot for stability. Hug everything into the midline. Front knee over front ankle. Heart shines forward. Then we're going to walk the left toes out towards the outer edge of the mat. Swing the left palm in to meet the right. And we're going to find our version of lizard pose here. Beautiful. So you can stay up on the palms like this, or you can lower down onto the elbows. Find which version works for you today. Make sure you're listening to your body. This is about creating healthy hips, not stressing them out. So take a couple deep breaths here, whatever version you're in, whether you're up on your palms or you're down on your elbows. Beautiful. One more breath. Then nothing fancy. We're going to walk that left foot back in line. Bring the left fingertips out to the outside of the left foot. And then we're going to pull back with the right hip crease, send the left toes up towards the heavens, straighten through that left leg. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to bow, forehead towards knee. Keep that left knee bent as much as you need to. We're not trying to stress the hamstrings here. Be gentle and kind to yourself. Right hip is stacked over the right knee. Inhale in. Exhale, bow. You got this. Then we're going to inhale, come all the way through, back to our low lunge, curl the toes under, lift the back knee, plant the palms, step the left toes back, plank pose. Beautiful. Inhale in here, exhale to your downward facing dog. You got this. Once you've found your dog, bend the knees generously, bring the belly to the tops of the thighs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to make your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise. Send those fingertips up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Maybe you want to center yourself on your mat for just a moment here. Find your mountain pose. Feet are flush together, big toes to touch, a little bit of space between the heels, palms together at the heart. You got this. We're going to transfer our weight to our left foot and begin lifting the right heel. So just like we did at the beginning, playing here, lifting that right knee. So perhaps you stay here, playing with your balance, focusing on something that is not moving. Or perhaps you catch that right heel or that right ankle and bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, coming into tree pose. If this is not accessible to you, you can also bring the foot to the shin, keep the toes on the mat. Find your version of tree pose today, opening that right hip. You can keep hands at the heart, or you can lift those fingertips up. Find a mudra that feels good, that brings you power. Maybe you interlace behind. Open the chest. You got this. One more breath here. And exhale out. Stay nice and tall. On your next inhale, lift that right knee up towards the chest. Really lift, lift, lift. And exhale, set it down. Wonderful. Nicely done. Shake the legs out. Come back to your mountain pose, feet flush together, palms together at the heart. Lift the sternum. Then we'll transfer our weight to our right foot. Begin lifting the left heel. Start lifting that left knee, playing with your balance, focusing on your drishti. Now perhaps you keep playing here, or perhaps you grab onto the left heel or left ankle and press the left foot into the right thigh. Remember, you can come into this version or this version, toe on the mat or foot on the shin. Find your version of tree. If you're in the full expression, really press the left foot into the right thigh and the right thigh into the left foot. Lengthen down through the tailbone. Maybe you find a mudra. You got this. Push yourself to your limit today. Listen to your body at the same time. Inhale in. Exhale out. On your next inhale, lift that left knee up towards the chest. Really lift, lift, lift. Exhale, set it down. Beautiful. Nicely done. Let's meet back up at the top edge of our mat. Inhale to reach towards the heavens. Exhale to bow down to a forward fold. This time we're going to bring the fingertips to the mat and nothing fancy. We're going to come down onto our knees. Send the legs to one side, any side. And we're going to immediately come down onto our backs. Hug the knees up into the chest. Maybe you bring the nose to the knees. Rock side to side. Feel the earth coming up to meet you. Then we'll lower the head down. Send the left leg out long. Keep the right knee hugged into the chest. We're going to grab the right knee with the left hand. Pull that right knee over towards the left side of the mat. Reach the right arm out beside us. Really keep that right shoulder grounded down to the mat. Find a nice supine twist here. Breathing into the belly. Nice long deep breaths. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. Perhaps you close your eyes. Beautiful. One more deep breath here. Exhale out. Then we'll inhale, come back through center, hugging that right knee into the chest. And then we switch. Bring the left knee in, send the right leg out long. Grab the left knee with the right hand. Bring that left knee all the way over to the left side of, or the right side of your mat, sorry. Reach the left fingertips out long and ground down through that left shoulder. You're stacking left hip over the right. Breathing nice and deep. Perhaps you close your eyes. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax the skin of the forehead. Breathe down into your belly. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through center. Hug that left knee into the chest. And exhale, send that left leg out long. Now you can choose to stay in Shavasana, heels as wide as the yoga mat, palms face up. Push into the back of the head and allow the shoulder blades to run down the back body, lengthening the shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in. And on an exhale, relax everything into the mat. If you need to boogie on with your day, you can come up to a Sukhasana position. Take one last minute to tune in. On an inhale, bring palms together at the heart. And on an exhale, we give thanks for our bodies. Be proud of ourselves for showing up on the mat. And we bring thumbs to third eye. And whisper, Namaste.